Hi everyone, I'm the Tax Pro, and today we're going to talk about utilizing the uncategorized expense and uncategorized income account within QuickBooks Online. So within QuickBooks Online, we have a couple of different types of accounts that are labeled as uncategorized. You'll be able to see which ones you have by going into your All Apps section, Accounting, and then Chart of Accounts. So we need to take a look essentially at our Chart of Accounts. And within the chart of accounts, generally QuickBooks will create some uncategorized transactions. So we'll see here, there's uncategorized asset, uncategorized income, and uncategorized expenses in this particular QuickBooks file. Now, depending on when you make your QuickBooks, it's going to depend on whether or not you get these uncategorized income, expense, and asset accounts. I don't see them in every single file that we first go in to set up for some reason. But generally they're there. So these are temporary. And I want to explain when we use them and when they should not be used. Okay. When we go through and we do the accounting cycle every month, we go in and we categorize transactions and then we reconcile accounts. And when we reconcile the accounts, we are comparing our QuickBooks file and the transactions in accounts like loans, checking accounts, credit cards, savings accounts, and we are making sure that we have entered all of those transactions and that the balance matches the bank. Now, if the balance doesn't match the bank, there could be some legitimate reasons, such as we have checks that haven't cleared yet or something along those lines. But the process of reconciling is clearing up mistakes, right? So clearing up duplicate expenses or making sure that all the expenses are present. So that's a really big one for small businesses. We want to make sure we're getting all of those expenses. Well, that process of reconciling can take some time. And sometimes when we go to reconcile, even if you're using the bank feed, there will be transactions that we will have to enter after the fact. And so we utilize these uncategorized accounts to temporarily categorize and get in the books transactions that we're not quite sure what they are or we need to do more research on them, okay? So if I see an expense come out on a credit card and I'm saying, I just don't know what that vendor is, or I just don't know what exactly that was for, or maybe it's a vendor where I'm like, I know that vendor, but sometimes we purchase this from them and sometimes we purchase something else that would go into a different account. So I can put that transaction into uncategorized expense. It will be entered into QuickBooks Online. And then I can go in, reconcile my accounts, make sure I've gotten all of my transactions. After I've reconciled everything, I can then pull a list of transactions that I need to go research. It's a lot more time efficient to do it that way rather than trying to make sure that you get everything categorized properly and then go in and reconcile, because if you go month by month, you are going to end up having to go back and research, go back and research, go back and research. So we do this a lot when we have like a whole year worth of bookkeeping to do or multiple years. We will use the uncategorized income, uncategorized expense, and uncategorized asset. Now, these should be temporary accounts. They should be placeholders, okay? So when you go and you run your profit and loss, on your profit and loss, you'll see the income and the expense account. If these exist on your profit and loss is not complete yet. You need to go back in and you need to categorize these transactions after they've been reconciled. Okay, so you wouldn't delete them, you would just go in and modify them. Uncategorized asset will show up on your balance sheet. So at the end of the year or whenever you're closing the books, whatever that time period is, pull a profit and loss. If you still have uncategorized income and uncategorized expense, you need to go research those transactions and modify them. These shouldn't be in existence in a finalized P&L. And if you pull your balance sheet and you still have uncategorized asset, you need to go back and research it because those shouldn't be on a finalized balance sheet. But these make a great tool to be able to get everything in the books and then reconcile to make sure that when you pull, because you can go in and pull, you could run a report here. So you could say, okay, I'm going to run a report. I might have something in here, but I might not. So if we pull a report for last year for uncategorized expense, and there's not going to be anything in here, but if there was and you had 100 transactions in here, you could pull the report, print it out, and then put it in a spreadsheet is generally what we do, and then we send it over and we answer all the questions, go back in, modify those transactions, make sure everything's complete, and then move on. So they're a great tool, the uncategorized accounts, but they are temporary. They should not be permanent. Nowhere on your finalized P&L or balance sheet should you have uncategorized asset, income, or expense. So that's what those are there for. Really good to utilize in the interim so that you can reconcile and make sure you get a complete list of all the transactions that you need to research. If you have any questions, please let me know. Hopefully that was helpful. And if it was helpful, I would appreciate a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.